Welcome to another week of the Doc's Diagnosis presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. And who would have thought it? I'm the one wearing red. He's wearing dark navy blue. What is up with that?
Augustana football season started.
Did they beat South Dakota State?
They did not. Jumped up a level, very competitive game, had their chances, got a couple of big turnovers. They lost 24-3, but it was a hell of a competitive game, and Augustana kind of stayed within striking distance until basically the fourth quarter.
So Nebraska won 34-3, but it was a competitive game with the Panthers.
It really was. I mean, it's a Mark Farley coach team. They're always going to be like that. It's going to be well prepared. They're going to come to play no matter what.
So if you missed any part of what we discussed about the Northern Iowa game, make sure to check out the Doc Talk podcast. You can find it right here on YouTube. Let's go to Nebraska's second touchdown of the game, Rob. And this was drawn up pretty nicely.
Well, and the thing that I liked about this particular play is that it's kind of an interesting study in blitzes and offensive line coverage. So Nebraska actually has their offensive line, they're actually shifting their coverage to the right this way, and it looks like they're almost expecting a blitz coming from the right. So they've disguised this defense very well. What ends up happening, however, and this is a great play design by Northern Iowa's defense. This defensive end is actually going to drop into coverage, place this outside linebacker and the safety. These two guys are actually the blitzers. And so it's a great blitz design because you're shifting the offensive line away from the direction that the blitz ends up covering. The thing that I'm confused about that is I think these guys actually came free. Well, they came so free, I think they got confused because they essentially stopped right here expecting to see something else. And Raiola ends up getting the pass off here. Really, and I mean, great touchdown play, but it's a little bit of a mismatch here where I think the pass protection should have been coming this way based upon where the blitz came. And I think right now you've got a defensive end who's coming so free, he's confused and not sure who he's supposed to be.
And the DN gave up, right?
I don't want to say give up, but I do think he's a little bit confused about who he's supposed to be covering because I think he's the guy who ought to be continuing on to the quarterback on this particular play because you still have two guys blitzing here on the outside. So I think if the coverage shifted the wrong way as far as the offensive line scheme, and I thought the blitz was very well designed, that defensive end just needs to keep coming.
And a nice effort there to get into the
great
end zone.
Running catch there by Nayor for the touchdown. And on this one, this is our same play.
No. Oh, it is, isn't it?
It is our same play, which we can do that one again because it's a great play.
I don't know why that restarted. There it is.
So there we go. So on this particular play, the thing that I think is interesting here with this one, so you've got Harberg here in the backfield. So this is where they lined him up and they've got him playing where he's going to come out, catches the pass, just shy of the first down here. Really nice job because, they bring a blitz with both outside linebackers. So you're going to end up, that's the safety there. It's this guy who ends up blitzing. So you've got an outside linebacker blitz coming here. Oh, got to hit my pen. And these guys are coming. So you're going to have 6-on-5 as far as the defensive pass rush is coming. The offensive line, I thought, really did a nice job of picking up that blitz on this particular play. You're always going to have one guy that comes free when it's 6-on-5. That's a given. Raiola does a nice job getting the pass off, and Harberg makes a really nice catch here and run. The thing to keep in mind about this play, and the reason why I think this one's significant, is you look at Harberg being effective as a pass receiver coming out of the backfield, and that's something that opposing defenses are going to have to prepare for, that you're lining up essentially two quarterbacks in the backfield. You've got to account for that. Who's getting the ball, who's going to be throwing the ball, who's going to be running with the ball. He had a run out of the backfield, truly running as a running back as well. Rule made a great point in his press conference when he said essentially that these plays with Harberg don't have to work. They just have to make the opponent spend an extra 20 minutes in practice preparing for it as opposed to preparing for everything else that Nebraska is able to do. that can be a game changer for this offense moving forward as the season progresses.
Also shows you what kind of an athlete Heinrich Harberg is.
It is, and I mean, we've talked about that before, and I think most people have thought he's probably a better H-back slot guy, tight end type of athlete who happens to, at least at this point in time, be a halfway decent quarterback as well too, and that's what kind of creates sort of that X factor that opponents are going to have to prepare for.
So the next opponent for Nebraska is going to be Illinois. Tomorrow on the Doc's Diagnosis, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union, we're going to look at the Illini offense and the problems they could pose for the Huskers. That's coming up tomorrow on the Doc's Diagnosis, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union.
Want a bank right down the road or take your banking on the road? Centris is where you are. With mobile banking, 15 locations, and local experts, you can manage your finances in a way that's convenient for you. The choice is yours. Learn more at centrisfcu.org.